It's November 8th, 2015, and we want to know, has Superman finally met his match when he throws down with male intern Dylan?
Is Aquaman trying to steal the title of most inappropriate superhero from Grayson?
All this and more is coming up now. It's DCU Week 18 here at DCR.
This day, we rescue a world from mysticism and tyranny, and usher in a future brighter than anything we can imagine.
Up in the sky! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's
Distress Citizens Radio.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the DCR. I, of course, remain your host, comic book reader extraordinaire, Sean Lamont. I'm going to take it back. I think I've made up some ground. We got a month in here now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's making up ground.
But I'm also, slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. But I'm also joined by the... Oh, God. What do I want to call you? Not Telos. Because I don't know what Telos' name is anymore.
No one does.
We'll have to figure that out by next week. But Mr. Brian Glein, hello, sir.
Hey there.
And also, as we have also been so joyous to receive, the ladies are back. Or at least the lady, the lovely Miss Kelly. Hello, Miss Kelly.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good.
Do you want to tell the people what we're going to be doing?
We are going to be spoiling your comic books.
From which week?
18.
Oh, nice. You were paying attention. Holy cow. I thought I had you on that one. Yeah.
What was the exact date they were released, Kelly?
September 30th.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, not this past Wednesday.
No, we're doing a tiny episode, a minisode, a piccolo episode. Because honestly, I just need dinner before I go back to work. So, and Brian and Kelly have tickets to go do stuff. Look at us. We have social lives. We're doing things.
We have no child tonight. So.
Enjoying the theater.
Theater. So we're going to try to get the other half of this actual episode out later on this week, or maybe even double up next week and add another weekend. But we will make up the lost ground again. But as Kelly said, we are going to be spoiling all the books that came out from week 18, aka September 30th, in the DCU line. And as such, we will be spoiling plot beats, character development, storylines, blah. You guys know the spiel by now. But so if you do not want your book spoiled, do not listen ahead. I'm going to let you call it, Kelly. What are we doing to get into this week's books?
Skipping.
Okay, let us skip right on into this week's books. All right, leading off, making up some lost ground, as I had said. We Are Robin number 4. It was actually from the week prior, but I was unable to find a copy since I was so far behind on everything, so I ended up having to buy it digital. And now I'll have to find the paper one to get everything back on track over the next couple weeks. Grr. So, where we had left off in We Are Robin, does anyone know who the We Are Robins?
Everybody?
Everybody! We are Robin! We
Whoa.
indeed. No, it's a bunch of younger kids, I'd say mid-teenager era, after the whole Batman sacrifice that had happened in Batman Endgame, decide they're going to step up and help protect the city of Gotham. And they were doing fairly well. They were fighting their way through a bunch of homeless Joker thugs that were planting bombs all over the city. And in their efforts to disarm the bombs, one of their troop ended up dying. He thought he could disarm it, but he was just a high school kid, and that was Troy Walker, star running back of the Gotham something or others, whatever their high school mascot was. I don't know. What's a good high school mascot for Gotham City other than bats? Come on.
The Knights.
Well, I know, no, that's their pro teams. I'm talking,
the pro team,
I'm talking
okay.
high school level, so it has to be a step down from that.
They're all just, every single high school is called like the Bobcats or something.
I was going to say the Wombats just because it's bats in its name.
I guess that could work as well. I was thinking like the Killer Crocs or something, or Do you think it would be important?
Can it be the moths?
It would actually make a lot more sense why there is a killer moth themed villain out there if he just happened to be the mascot for the Gotham Killer Moths and just went, I'm going to go do crime now. Moth stuff. Fly around lights and eat sweaters. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, wait, but no, I'm forgetting air gun killer moth is hanging out in Seattle.
They do hang out in Seattle.
Yeah. That's my favorite killer moth. So.
But after his death, some of the other members, and we're kind of focusing in on them one at a time here now in these issues so we can get a little bit more to know about them. There were 6, now there's 5, and this week we are focusing in on fellow Robineer, Rico. And she is very distraught over the loss of, and I have innocence in question marks of their endeavor, but I think it's more of a coming to grips with the reality of the danger that they are putting themselves in.
They live in Gotham City. Why is this so hard to deal with?
Yes, but going out there and looking for trouble in Gotham City, that's kind of a next level of self-endangerment.
Okay.
And I know teenagers, we all have our immortality complex when we are in our teen years that nothing could ever befall us. We are immortal, but it is as a fellow teenager, I too also feel that. Hello, fellow kids. But
You were a teenager at one time.
yeah, yesterday.
Very long time ago.
Yesterday.
Hello, kids. Do you see me wearing my hat backwards? I am totally hip with your lingo.
I will carry my skateboard with me as well and drink a Slurpee. Kids do that, don't they? Yeah, and talk about the whack PlayStation. Yo, what's up with the whack PlayStation?
So you guys haven't heard where I can get any drugs around here, Ken?
You know what? I'm sorry, complete tangent. The entire of Jump Street, those reboots, absolutely adore them for how out in the open they are with that. But anyway, moving on. She is really, really upset about it, really distraught, kind of feeling a little guilty about it as well. That maybe if she didn't sign on, maybe if they weren't out doing this stuff, Troy would still be alive, still have a fruitful life in front of him. And as her current predicament, as she's like suffering through this mental trauma, of course, the book that they are being assigned in school is Lord of the Flies, and there's a lot of these intermixed panels of her life and what's happening in it mixed in with scenes of Lord of the Flies that are very, very well meshed together and how it fits and these kids all working together and now they're kind of off on their own.
Is there a Professor Pigmask on a stake?
There is not a Professor Pigmask on a stake, but we do get Mr. Piggins on a spike there. So yeah, I mean they do a really good job of it. I don't want to delve into it too much because it is a lot of visual aspect, and I think it works better in that medium than me just saying, and then there's this scene matched with this scene. So yeah, I'm just going to avoid doing that and say,
we all know how Sean Lamont's Cliff Notes are.
Yes. And if I go into the Lord of the Flies, yeah, some kid's glasses break and it's bad. Mm-hmm. It's bad. And so they kill a pig and get on a boat. The end.
Take a good hard look at that book.
I don't know why they make everybody read that book. That book is awful.
That book is great.
It's awful.
You are a horrible human being. You're a communist is what you are, Kelly.
Apparently. Yeah, I hated that book. I hated everything about it. So.
Well, back into this book, she's going out on patrol and she sees a fire on top of a building in Gotham City, and it's a bonfire that a bunch of social media kids have built so that they can, quote, capture selfies with the capes of Gotham City. So they're like building bonfires on the tops of just random tenement buildings and then just waiting there with their cameras so they can get selfies. And she comes in and goes, hey guys, you can't build fires here. It is a little dangerous to build a bonfire on top of a crowded city tenement. Maybe you should put that out. And of course they refuse to do so, and she refuses to back down as well. So a fight erupts and she handily dismantles them. But even though she is winning the fight with ease, she gets an assist from the Batgirl of Burnside, who pops in to say, hey, heard about you, Robin.
I heard the side of this building was burning. Hey.
Hey, I heard the roof was on fire. What? And
how are we going to put this out? We don't need any water. I know that much.
No. I guess we'll just let it burn?
Mm-hmm.
Burn?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, we're cool and hip.
I'm down with the fresh new beats. But Batgirl then is put in the awkward position of having the talk The same talk that every kid that gets intermingled with the Bat family has, with the Batman doesn't want us to be here. We're just putting ourselves in danger. And even Batgirl's like, yeah, I've received that talk. I've given that talk. I've kind of been on both sides of that talk. I'm kind of about to go give that talk again, maybe to someone I know. But in this case, in this very scenario, I'm just going to say, follow your heart, because no matter what I tell you to do, you're not going to listen to me. You're still going to do what you're going to do. But realize that if this is the path that you follow, that you're not just doing it for yourselves or for your loved ones or anything like that. You then become a symbol for the city itself, and you will have to make sacrifices for it, much like your friend Troy did. And it's kind of like this downer. And then she goes, but realize you're also not going to be alone, whether it's your friends or us other Bat people around. Realize you at least have allies in that battle if you do take that road. And that's how it ends, with her just kind of like, yeah, at least I do have friends. It's a really well done story. It's as I said, the intermeshing of Lord of the Flies works very, very well. It's got a little bit of a different style. It's a guest artist for this one, I believe, and it's a not as visually striking, and I know that sounds like an insult. It's just a bit more same style, just a little more toned down. The edges are kind of smoothed off a little bit to make it a little bit more palatable for folks that aren't into graffiti art as a book itself. And I think it works out very, very well. So moving on.
The week 18, and you're starting us off on this one as well.
Okay, moving on to week 18. Superman number 44. 44.
That's how you pronounce that.
Superman.
Dang old Loch Ness Monster.
Superman has lost his powers quite a bit. Maybe in the Grayson Annual we'll get a full recap of that story. And in this case, he's living in his apartment. His secret identity has been revealed as well. A whole bunch of crap has been going down for Superman. And now that his secret identity is no more, all of the villains are coming to get revenge for the humiliation, the beatdowns he has given out, blah, blah, blah. And he ends up meeting Royal Flush Gang on the streets, and they have like substitute people in because they lost some of their original members, and the substitutes aren't really working out. They're fighting amongst themselves, and Superman's able to beat them up, which only leaves room for Livewire to step in. Who takes Lombard? Is that his name? Steve Lombard?
Oh, the jerky sports reporter?
Yeah. She
Steve
takes
Lombard.
him hostage. And it's actually a very funny scene where he's all like, so are all the male villains as bitchy as you, or is it just the chick villains that are just like totally mean and stuff?
Ah, that's so Lombard.
Yeah. So, I mean, the whole time, and even Superman's like, shut up, you're not helping yourself. I'm going to let her shove you out the window if you don't just shut up. And it turns out it is not just Livewire alone. It's people like Killer Croc, Killer Frost, Atomic Skull, Shockwave, Livewire there, of course, and the male intern for the Daily Planet, Dylan, who's packing some heat. It's actually a sad story now that it's come out that Clark Kent is Superman. In one of the previous issues, Dylan's wife was killed by Titano throwing around debris, and now he believes it's because he had some connection to Superman, as tenuous as it was, and that's why his wife is dead, and he's gonna get revenge. And in the fray, Batman's able to not be there, while Superman dismantles everyone in the room, but Dylan gets a couple shots off and ends up shooting Editor Perry. Editor Perry, we barely knew ye. Of course, he survives.
Yeah.
But Perry is very ticked off as well because as he says, everyone that works at the planet is now in danger because of a lie of a life that Clark once wanted to live. And Clark's trying to explain that it wasn't a lie. He's actually Clark first and Superman second. But Perry doesn't really see it that way, which is understandable. I can understand how everyone in the city sees him as Superman first and hiding as a normal human. And I'm sure that is going to be a plot point that is just torn into and has already in the past, but in the upcoming movies, I have a feeling they're going to go down that path pretty heavily. So we'll see what they do there.
Is that being treated in a heavy-handed manner by Zack Snyder? No.
Hey, back off, yo. Back off. His power's draining, though. Clark puts out a YouTube video saying, hey, you hurt any of my friends, and I'm going to revisit it on you 100-fold. Grr!
There's a lot of like jumpy cuts and stuff that just completely undercut the whole premise.
Actually, I think he says, if you hurt any of my friends, I'm going to revisit on you 100-fold this Sunday at the Coliseum.
And then there's an auto-tune remix of it, and it's just like, oh, dude, can't take it serious, Superman.
But to really sell that fact, he does shave his head and put on the t-shirt and the jeans, and he's all like, yeah, look at me, I'm all tough. Gets some entry music. So that he can, when he walks down into the streets, they can be like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I guess we'll use John Cena for this one.
Wait, Superman shaves his head?
Yeah, he shaves his head down to a buzz cut.
He was like a diamond or something. I think I saw that in one of the issues.
No, it's just kind of just a short crop cut.
Okay, gotcha.
So he's out there ready to punch people in the face.
I mean, he like used an actual like diamond shard or something to cut his hair.
I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
It wasn't green, so it couldn't have been kryptonite. But.
No, it was just he had to find something that would work. Gillette, you missed your sponsorship thing right there. Could have been like, oh man, none of these razors work except for this Gillette Ultra Pro. But as he is struggling and having issues with all of this, Hoarder is having a much easier time.
Hoarder_root, thank you very much.
Hoarder_root.
As I've been told in several of the comics I read this past week.
Who was the hacker group that got the information that Clark Kent was Superman, and was trying to use it to blackmail him into doing their goods until Lois Lane just released it to free him from the blackmail. And he has found a new body and is starting to connect with all of the villains from the other Superman titles going on, where he really wants to prove himself to his dad or his mom or his parents, and I'm assuming that's probably going to be the link between all of these people that are happening in like Action, Superman, Wonder Woman, where they all seem to be coming together. So I'm assuming they're all working under one banner at this point, and I have a feeling that will be this isn't my final form, and then whoever it is that's actually pulling the strings will show up afterwards.
And Kefka turns into a gigantic Hieronymus Bosch painting, and you've got to fight it. You've got to fight it. You've got to fight several different levels of it.
He just grew another set of wings. How does he get all of his health back? All right, now you get to talk, Brian.
All right.
I allow you to speak.
Hello. Grayson Annual 2. I'm allowed to do a Grayson Annual.
I had to. It would have
I know
been
everything.
3 weeks
I know
straight.
everything was you this week. So
well, that and it had to be Grayson because I think everyone knows my opinion of Grayson.
Yeah,
I think everyone has a pretty good idea that I'm going to be like, Grayson was pretty good this week. Just FYI.
Yeah, so now I'm going to do my review. Hey everyone, Grayson's awesome. There's a shocker, right? So, Dick is about to leave Gotham City. He puts his little spiral contact lens back into his eye because
get you a little bit more ocular distress there.
But as he jumps off the building to leave Gotham, he gets saved by T-shirt Superman. Don't kill yourself, young citizen. There's more to life than you know. So, and then he sees that he's got like the creepy like spiral face. He's like, and he drops him again.
That's the best part where he's just like, what the hell? And just drops him.
Then he has to go and save him again. But they used to have adventures back in the day. Batman didn't trust Superman, but Robin just thought he was a cool guy. So they called each other Blue and Red. It was adorable.
Yep.
But he's super happy that Dick's not dead. He's like one of the million people that now know he's no longer dead. They compare notes on their current statuses. He's like, I wear a t-shirt now. It's like, I get pestered by some jerk named Midnighter. Oh, don't get me started on him. And they even look into the possibility that Spiral might be behind the Hoarder route getting his secret identity. Ooh. Love it.
They're just going to pull Grayson into everyone's storyline.
Do it. When suddenly they are accosted by DeFoster Kane. DeFoster Kane. I love
Kelly, do you remember DeFoster Kane?
No, who's that?
The super crazy lunatic murderers that are running around like
a murder
dude in a
cult.
Hawaiian shirt with a chainsaw, or
all the weird like fringe of society people get together and try to kill people for points.
For points,
which
you can cash them in. You actually have double points on Wednesdays.
Yes,
it's a great deal. Really kind of gets the crowd going, gets you over that hump of the week when you get double points for murder.
Yeah, but I love how they like. I never really read.
So what do you get to trade it in for? Like really
better weapons? I would assume if this is like real life video game stuff, maybe a
1,000.
new
You get 1,000 points. You get a Kool-Aid Man wallet.
Yes.
You know,
like every other rewards program.
Yep.
And then it's like 8 million points for the pool table.
I've spent $500 to get a T-shirt. Yeah, it's great. But I love how like the chanting of points is like supposed to be this like super creepy thing, but because I've never read like a DeFauster Kane story, I've just heard your versions of it. So like there's like points, and all I could think of is Jason from Home Movies. Like I was like, oh, we need points on this movie. I'm not going to be in this movie unless I get some points on the back end.
Loved Home Movies.
points. So they deal with DeFauster Kane and especially Dirty Girl. She's like a goth girl with a tiny coffin. She keeps a bazooka in.
Yeah, her baby.
And she's and she's also physically dirty. Like every time like Superman like picks her, it's like, oh man, I gotta wash my hands now. What is
like
this?
Holding her arms length every time, just like
She's really dusty. She's like Pigpen. It's hilarious. And eventually, DeFauster Kane's new charge, Blockbuster. You know, the big brutish, Incredible Hulk guy. Whose blood they're using to give themselves temporary superpowers
via Slurpees.
Yeah,
like they have Slurpees.
They've got like glucose bags. Well, they've got like glucose bags like taped to their chest, and they just take it like a little sippy, like a crazy straw, and just go.
Why didn't anyone have like the beer hat?
I know, right? That would be perfect for DeFauster Kane.
So like those like Camelback water pack things.
Yeah, kind of.
But
Weird.
Makes them all ragey.
Yeah. So Dick and Soup's right off on the current super cycle, which is named Lana, because Seeley and King know what's up. And
well, that's because it's a wonderful bit of electrical engineering that makes that thing work.
Yep. So they rig it with a spy bomb and drive it into Blockbuster to hold off the lunatics for a little while.
Goodbye, Lana.
Goodbye, Lana. You're almost as good as my last one. Roomy.
Yes.
Superman is the best. So they call up Lex Luthor and trick him into building a device to help defeat Blockbuster. It's like, I don't want to do this, but you know what? By doing this, I'm going to prove that I'm better than you because you need my help, so I'll totally do it just for my entertainment.
Because he still doesn't believe that this Clark is actually Superman?
Yeah, this
or something along those lines.
Yeah, this corn-fed yokel. And I love it because Superman said like 2 pages before exactly what Lex Luthor then said afterwards. Like, I know how he works. He's going to think it's awesome that I need his help. Great. So Superman and Grayson win. Hooray! They part ways, and there is nothing I want more than more Grayson Superman team ups because the banter between them was just fantastic.
Yeah, it really was. It was playful. It was fun. It was optimistic, and even had a moment of let's do some real talk in the middle there, where Grayson was feeling bad about what he was doing, and even Superman was feeling a little like maybe I'm not doing all the right things, and Grayson obviously was like, I'm a shitty Batman replacement because I can't just build this wonder device using scraps and a straw and some rubber bands.
Why not?
Batman could have done it, but I can't. I'm a waste.
They even touch on how he got the name Nightwing from like the old Kryptonian legend he heard from Superman. Which is nice.
And then they gave the meaning to Grayson, and I was like, nice. Well played.
Well played indeed.
Can you see why I rave about this book?
Oh, I know. I frequently read Grayson, even if I don't get to do it until after I hear you spoil it, you know.
Sure, fair enough.
I enjoy Grayson quite a bit.
Yeah, it's just wonderfully
I still
done.
think that G on his shirt is stupid as all get out, but besides that...
Hey, I think it's good. That's what it stands for.
He's supposed to be hiding his identity.
G is for good.
Okay. He's supposed to be hiding his identity. He's got his giant initial right on his chest. What's up with that?
It could be a Gap shirt. What are you talking about?
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's a Green Bay Packers fan.
Maybe.
I mean, you're just making an assumption that everyone knows he's Dick Grayson.
Okay.
When he has a spooky face.
Yeah,
no one can see him. Except for when he turned it off to woo the lady on the motorcycle. When they were riding on the motorcycles and the one pulled up with a gun and he just hit the button to turn off his hypnos, he's like, hey, baby. And she's like, oh.
So dreamy. He's crash. Yeah. Oh, Dick Grayson. Amazing.
So you get to stay in the Bat family.
Yes,
now.
I'm staying in the Bat family with Batman Annual for James Tynion IV and Roge Antonio. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he did a great job on this.
Yeah,
I
great
really
name too.
Wait, I'm sorry. I've got to stick by my guns. James Tynion IV.
Yes,
my mistake.
The fourth.
So this is all about amnesia. Bruce Wayne getting Wayne Manor back from Arkham. Like, sorry, everyone, Arkham Manor was a bad idea. I know.
Thought of this?
I know everyone thought it was weird that a house, even a mansion, could somehow hold all of the prisoners in Gotham, and we probably should have known from the start. But hey, here we are now. You can have it back, Bruce.
It might be a little messy in some of the rooms.
Yes. So,
Killer Moth did get into your sweater collection. Apologies.
So, Jerry Powers and the Powers Corporation have acquired the rights to the manor back from the city, and they're being nice and giving it back to Bruce. It's like, I don't even remember this house. This isn't my house. This house is like a secret to me.
Oh, no.
I know. But no matter how many times Bruce says that, and it's a lot, Alfred keeps comically sweating and letting Bruce know, it's like, hey, it's probably a good idea. We keep the house. Don't worry. Let's just do that, okay?
Just for a little bit.
Yeah. And Julie Madison is there too, looking to spruce the place up with some hand turkeys and macaroni glued to construction paper.
I assume she was just going to hang up some nice drapes and then be like, there, now it's no longer an asylum.
Yes. I make my art teacher jokes in there. So, Jerry Powers talks about how they've removed all the inmates and they go to sign all the paperwork in the drawing room. But Alfred suddenly realizes that the drawing room is on the other side of the mansion, and the fireplace turns into Clayface, and it was all a big plan to by Clayface, Mr. Freeze, and the Riddler to get revenge on Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne, the person, was involved in all of their New 52 origins, so it actually makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So there's this great bit of it where if it weren't for Bruce Wayne, like, Clayface would have been the greatest actor alive with his powers, and Mr. Freeze could have advanced medicine with his cryogenic research if it weren't for Bruce Wayne, and Edward Nygma could have used his 0-year ransom money to retire on his own private island surrounded by enormous piles of money. It's like, oh, Riddler.
Yeah.
Mr.
One
Nygma.
of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. So they kidnap Julie and Jerry, and Alfred has to try to figure out how to get Amnesia Bruce to, like, kind of Batman up a little bit and get them out of this.
Just enough. They don't want him to actually remember.
Yeah.
They just want to remember how to throw a punch or two.
Yes. So thanks to some quick thinking and a well-placed booby-trap chandelier, they're able to subdue the baddies just long enough for the police to be able to cart them back off to Blackgate. Yeah, and I love that Julie's really growing on me.
Yes.
I make the jokes like,
Yes.
oh, Batman's marrying an art teacher now. But she's great. I love the fact that, like, Amnesia Bruce is like, well, I guess maybe this place isn't so bad after all. Want to get married in the garden, Julie? And and completely ignoring the proposal, she's like, I am not setting foot in there until you check every single room for clay monsters.
Yes.
Do that now.
I know we were friends before all of this, but I do have a line that I do not want to cross, and it's a house full of insane people.
Yeah.
Let's just keep that
Yeah.
to a minimum if possible. Good? Still liking it?
Very
Wait,
good.
does she know that he's Batman?
No.
No, I guess she does. Yeah, they were friends before he left.
She was one of his childhood friends
Yeah.
from school.
Childhood friend, she's gonna be a villain.
Oh no!
Because I was going to say, if she didn't want to be in a house full of crazy people, yeah.
We should just move out of Gotham. Period. If
Yeah.
she, like, I don't know, Minnesota. Do they get much in Minnesota? Isn't it nice there?
Snowy.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's attacked there, unless that was Jersey, where Sportsmaster and what's his name attacked them all.
Sportsmaster would go to Jersey, wouldn't he?
Yeah, yeah. I think Minnesota's safe.
Minnesota's safe.
Yeah, they should go there.
Yeah.
Retire. Mm-hmm. Not really piles of money, but
Maybe Paris, France, and Alfred can go and look at them from afar.
yeah, but they have that Fox person.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, what's his name?
Flying Fox,
Is it Flying Fox?
Mhm.
I don't remember that.
Crimson
Night
Fox.
Runner?
There's
Wasn't Night Runner?
Night Runner's there. Yeah,
yeah, Night Runner's
Batman
Perry.
ink spreads out everywhere. So.
Yeah. Had to go through all of the different Batman ink people, and I was like, no. Man of Bats probably lives around there though, around Minnesota,
Nah, I think he's more
Dakota-ish. You think?
Or Dakotas. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, moving on. Green Lantern Annual number 4. We're out in space, and Green Lantern Hal Jordan is a renegade. Yeah, he grew out his hair long, threw on a leather jacket. Yeah. Got himself a spaceship with an AI unit in it that's all snarky and everything and awesome. Picked up a pirate crew of a bounty hunter and a prince. And said, let's do this. Let's take over space, guys. Woo! And they're flying around doing their thing. Unfortunately, in all of their travels, they started running across all of the planets being turned completely to stone. And they're like, what the hell? That's not right. That's not cool. And when it actually affects one of their crew, Virgo, the prince, when his home planet is actually turned entirely to stone, Hal decides he's going to track it down and figure out what's going on because he has a sneaking suspicion it may have something to do with that whole thing where they tore apart the source wall a couple issues back, and that thing always turned things to stone, and maybe when we broke holes in it and made everything come to life that was trapped on it, maybe, I'm just going to throw it out there, it has something to do with that.
Just maybe.
Maybe. So as Darlene is snarkily trying to track down the data to try to find a path of some sort of the planets they've found so they can maybe track where it's coming from, Hal starts retelling a story that Trapper asks him about. Hey, after you went renegade from the Green Lanterns, didn't they come after you? I heard something about you just like dismantled the entire Green Lantern Corps when they came after you. And he's like, yeah, it was people like Vath and Salak or Salak or whatever. I'm never going to pronounce it right. 2-6, a bunch of lanterns show up and they're like, you're under arrest, Hal Jordan, for beating up Kilowog and stealing the power gauntlet of Krona. And the way he tells the story, he just like decimates them, turns into a giant like Big O style construct and starts stomping on them and stabbing Vath. And then he's like, yeah, and if you guys ever mess with me again, I'll kill you. And then flies away. And Trapper, of course, the bounty hunter guy, is like, yeah, you're so badass. Yeah, get out there. And Virgo is like, there's something not quite meshing with the story because he keeps going around saving people. Why would he just like beat up his old friends? So once he walks off on his own, Virgo comes up and goes, hey, I don't think you're telling the whole truth about that story. And that's when Hal goes, yeah, it's not really the truth. That's the way the story was told to me. And as long as I keep perpetuating it, I don't have to worry about people coming up and trying to stab me in the back because they'll be too afraid of the legend of Hal Jordan and his power gauntlet. And I can actually focus on helping people and doing my thing without having to worry about undesirables trying to take a shot at me since I'm the last of the Green Lanterns left. Of course, someone's going to want to kill me to kill the last of the Green Lanterns. So maybe if they're afraid of me, they won't do it.
Wait, so where did all the other Green Lanterns go?
They got teleported away! They're a lost army, and Green Lantern Lost Army. Green Lantern Corps, the Lost Army.
Okay, so there's another Green Lantern book that...
Yes, that is detailing what is happening there. They got teleported to another universe.
Oh.
Yes, so right now Hal Jordan is the only one that's floating around like, what's up, guys? What's going on?
So he's kind of like the blue guy.
Well, I mean, the blue guy is much cooler. We all know that, but, I mean...
So
tone down the cool factor, and then maybe I guess he's kind of like that.
Sean, are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Yeah, St. Walker, badass man. Whoop everyone with his blue powers.
Hanging out with squirrels and birds and stuff.
Yeah, putting rings on trees. And, yeah, that's right. No one messes with him.
All right.
Other than Lobo and Sinestro and everyone else.
Yeah,
they're kind of being jerks to him. Mutter, grumble, merger. So next up, you know what? I feel like it's better down where it's wetter.
I thought I was doing Aquaman. Are you doing Aquaman
No,
now?
you're doing Aquaman.
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
I'm just transitioning for you. But
Gotcha.
Green Lantern's fun. It's a spacey thing. This was kind of a catch-up issue for people so they could understand what's going on. But
okay.
let's talk about Under the Sea.
Are you sure that's how you want to refer to Aquaman?
That's exactly how I want to refer to this one.
All right. Okay, I'm just going to keep on going then. So this is actually a very good jumping on point because as someone who hasn't been reading Aquaman, I was able to go get this and say, oh, I totally understand what's happening because there's a nice recap in there. And
I've been doing such a piss poor job of recapping it. So.
No, I just zone out and look at my next book whenever you talk about it, like most of the other things you're saying.
Nice. That's kind of my existence, I see.
So Aquaman goes see his ex-fiancée, Mara, who currently hates him and is ruling Atlantis.
Wait, I thought he was married to Mara.
They were betrothed, but they were never actually married.
Okay.
Like they were engaged.
He liked it. He put a ring on it. He didn't seal the deal, though.
Yes.
I was going to say, I know it.
He didn't put another ring on it, which no one's released that song yet.
No.
If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. But if you want to keep it, you have to put 2. I think is how it goes.
Very catchy.
Yes, I know. Yeah, and then I'll dance over here. What the hell? I just bought one. Why the hell am I buying another?
Feel a good hit of the summer. So he explains to her how there was this rogue group of Atlantis wizards who fled to a magical realm to make their own Atlantis named Thule because they thought King Atland was going cray-cray. They thought King Atlan was going cray-cray, and they didn't like the cut of his jib.
He was going a little cray-cray.
King Atlan is going to destroy America. I mean Atlantis.
Atlantis.
So now the magical bonds that separate Atlantis and Thule are breaking apart, and Aquaman is trying to save the innocent people of Thule because they are still his subjects as King of Atlantis. Kind of.
2 Atlantises enter, 1 Atlantis leaves.
Yep. And also, he has an algae wizard as a pal now, and that's not weird. Trust me.
Yeah, that's algae thing.
Yeah.
That's his little kelp thing. Was what I was calling him. Yeah,
does he have a name?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
It's not kelp thing. I can tell you that much.
All right.
So it's kind of like Swamp Thing of the ocean.
Yeah.
He's kind of like an old wizard made out of algae, kelp leaves. Yeah.
Okay.
He's pretty fun. He's pretty fun looking.
So he could be Kelp Thing.
He can be Kelp Thing. So, Mara says that he's a fool, but take me here and now.
Yeah.
So, there is some,
bow, chicka, bow, wow.
there is some tasteful lovemaking. You know it's tasteful because there's a shot of his dagger laying in between some folded sheets.
Yeah.
And then when they're done, she says, LOL, fooled you. I'm really Mara's sister Siren in disguise. Me and my sister, we share everything. He, tee, he.
Awkward.
Awkward indeed. So
that is awkward.
So she's like, ha ha ha, try explaining this one to your girlfriend. Whoop, 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 whoop. So she stabs him in the stomach and he flees off using his cool water teleport power and he ends up somewhere in space.
Yeah, which is a complete left turn on that one.
Wait, space?
Yes.
Yep, next issue it says Aquaman in space.
In space. Hopefully he has some tasteful love making out in space as well.
Maybe. Holy crap, you joke about his costume, but that Aquaman championship belt is so distracting. Especially in this issue of all of them. Holy crap.
I told you, it's the, what was I calling it?
You're calling it
before?
the Aqua Schlong.
Yes, tell me it does not look like that.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's just there and ready all the time. You can just close it off, make it a complete circular championship belt. Nope, you're going to leave that part gone? Okay. Go right ahead with that there, guys.
He's a champion.
Well, allow me to look this up for Kelly if you want to go on to...
Yes, I will move on to new Suicide Squad Annual #1. I feel so vindicated now, though. Because
Yeah.
I've been saying it. You just keep rolling your eyes at me, and I'm like, no, I'm not talking crazy. So new Suicide Squad Annual #1. I'm actually surprised, to be frank, that new Suicide Squad got an annual. But where they were in their story, they had infiltrated a splinter group of the League of Assassins who were just calling themselves the League and were using old supervillain, superhero, like cast-off gear that they had maybe upgraded and then sold off the old stuff to try to conquer the world and make it in their image, much more rigid, much more following their orders, their dictations, etc., etc., etc. And the Suicide Squad was sent in to infiltrate it, find their weapons cache, and dismantle it, and it all went south, as per usual, leaving just Reverse Flash to go on a save-yo-ass jamboree as he sprints his way around, getting everyone to safety. First one, and most importantly, being Harley, who's wondering if they can ever be anything more than monsters, and Reverse Flash kind of has he's been slowly turning as he goes. Instead of being just evil before monorail monster, now he's a little bit more of a wants to do good in the world, wants to make it a better place, is feeling bad about the mistakes he may have made, and he goes around and helps people and tells Harley, "Yeah, I think we can be better than what we were. It's just up to us to do so." And ends up then running around saving Boomerang, Deadshot, and Parasite as well. And as they're all standing together, they're like, okay, now we just have to get Black Mana. Deadshot informs them, yeah, there's a little bit of a problem with that. He kind of went full native. He is actually working with the League now. And that's when we have our cutscene over to Black Manta talking to the leader of the League, who finds out that they have bombs in their necks and goes, hey, I just had this awesome idea. We should put you on camera and you can tell everyone about how you're leaving. Oh, are you showing her the picture of Aquaman?
I mean...
And this isn't as blatant as it is in this particular issue, but yeah. You're getting the idea here, though, right?
Really?
It's a new look. I'll give it that much. It's just
it's a new look, all right.
and I have no qualms when it comes to McCarthy art ever. I don't think he's really done anything that I've looked at that I've just been like, wow, that is not some talent that has gone into this.
I mean, that's
it's
like
just
a
that
big
particular design.
That's like your hands going boom, you know.
It is.
It's like
boom.
Yeah.
Check out my conch shell.
I mean, come on.
I think it's good. I'm just happy that I'm vindicated. It's not just me. My mind is no longer relegated to the gutter. It's what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, that's like big arrow flashing sign saying, you know, like you said, look how big my conch shell is.
So back to newest Side Squad. Manta has been working with the League, and the leader of the League goes, hey, you guys have bombs in your heads. We should put you on camera, and then you can say how you're leaving the Suicide Squad to work for the League, and then they'll detonate your head on live TV, and everyone will understand how, I don't know, how loyal you are or something. Yeah, this sounds like a great plan. We should do this. And it's like, okay, but can you tell me why? It's like, hey, it's a loyalty thing. I'll know you're super loyal if you do it. He's like, yeah, but I'll be dead. This is dumb. And that's when he comes to the realization that these people have no idea what they're doing just as much as anyone else. And the whole reason he was even signing on was because he thought they had a drive, a purpose, a goal. They knew who they were and what they were doing. And now he realizes they're just as lost as everyone else. And he goes, and just stabs the leader of the League. The leader does die, but not before he turns on the time bomb, quite literal, that they have there, a temporal bomb that will take anything in the blast radius back in time. And Black Manta goes whoop, 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 and runs up outside to find everyone there. He's like, get in the truck, we're getting out of here. And they're like, no, you're a bad guy now. He's like, no, it was acting. I was acting just to infiltrate them, and I killed their leader, and now they're gonna detonate the village. Let's go, 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 go. And as they're driving away, Reverse Flash is like, but what about all the kids that live here and the innocent civilians? And they're like, too bad, sucks to be them, driving away. And Reverse Flash kind of thinks for a second, and then he goes, no, I can't let that happen to innocents. And he runs in, grabs the bomb, and takes it out into the middle of nowhere, but he's unable to escape before it detonates, and sacrifices himself to save everyone in the village. And it was actually kind of a sad scene. It really was. They've been doing a decent job of turning his monorail monster mentality that he was in before, at least in the Flash books, into something a bit more palatable. And now, you know, it's like, aw. I know it was a time bomb, like he got sent back in time more than likely. So it's
that
not
is
like
kind
he's
of part
dead.
of his thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it'll be a easier way to bring him back in a different manner than monorail monster.
Well, yes. Well, yeah.
But they do end up.
For a second, they're like, wait a minute, why would he's got more stuff he can do with Flash, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a staging thing as well, getting him out from under the newest Suicide Squad while allowing it to have his turn on character. He had his turn to babyface now that Aquaman is turning heel on us, being all sexy. So yeah, I know the lingo. I've done the homeworks.
It's John Cena.
Yeah. But no, I actually quite enjoyed this issue. There's softer moments to it. There's a little bit more punch to it. It's not just crazy action over the top. Let's go, go, go. Let's punch things in the face. We borked up the mission again. Now let's all whoop, whoop, whoop out of here. They're doing a little bit better job in making it beginning, middle, end story instead of just, you know exactly what you're going to get when you walk in the door. So
True.
You might want to check it out.
All right.
Last but not
We're
least.
going to close things off with Justice League 44. It's the Dark Side War.
Yeah, I figured
Part
this is
4.
big enough that we could at least talk about it for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Only a couple.
Yeah, a couple. There's a war with Darkseid and a chair.
Yeah, there's a chair.
And I think there was a ship and someone's glasses get broken. The end.
Yes. So, all right. So, in previous issues, the New Gods are kind of messing up with the Justice League right now. And Batman wound up getting a hold of Metron's Mobius chair. So he has sat down on...
He got a hold of it where it seems like Metron is like, ha ha ha, oh no, don't take my chair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. And now he feels he's free from some sort of curse or whatever it is that...
Or obligation.
that the
so
chair
now,
was forcing him to do.
Yeah, so now Batman has become a bat god, literally. He knows everything.
But he's a new bat god.
Yeah.
Not the old bat god.
Yes. So he is off with Green Lantern, investigating the ruins of Earth 3 to try to figure out what the deal is with the Anti-Monitor.
Okay.
Also, Superman and Lex Luthor are on Apocalypse, and Superman just solar charged in a fire pit and came out as Nega Superman.
Yes, Nega Man.
And he's looking to beat the ever-loving crap out of Lex Luthor for being a jerk all the time to him.
Which, kind of overdue.
A bit.
Kind of overdue.
Just a little bit. The Anti-Monitor and Darkseid are... See, I called him Darkseid my entire childhood. I don't know what...
Sorry, man.
It still slips in every now and again. So they're beating the crap out of each other on our Earth, with their respective armies of shadow demons and parademons just wreaking havoc and beating the crap out of each other. The Justice League are literally gnats just kind of gently poking these gigantic space gods with sticks. And also, Grail blinds her brother Calabac because ocular distress is the new hotness.
Yeah. The arms are
Forget
old, man.
forget arm ripping. That is old hat. Now it's all about poking people in the eye. Yeah, so Darkseid then summons the Black Racer, the new god's personification of death. It's Jack Kirby at his Jack Kirbyest.
Yeah, a skier.
Yeah,
He's skiing brings death.
Yeah, he was a black guy on skis.
Sonny Bono.
Basically,
he's on skis. And
basically he's basically the less cool DC Universe version of Silver Surfer in regards to celestial beings with very specific Earth hobbies.
I got nothing for Sonny Bono for death on skis. Nothing whatsoever.
That's just too soon, man.
Too soon.
So he shows up, and so Black Racer shows up. He maybe kills Power Ring. Thanks for showing up and never doing anything, lady.
Aww.
And then
But the ring's still alive, so I have a feeling it won't let her go.
Probably. But Black Racer grazes Anti-Monitor, and it doesn't do much at all. Like, oh, gee, that's kind of my power summon there.
That was my final form at that one.
That was my Knights of the Round. I had to do some very specific stuff to get that one. Oh man.
Well,
awkward indeed. We then see that Bat God and Green Lantern are in the Anti-Matter universe now, checking in on Anti-Monitor's old headquarters, and find out that
which
he
is
was
Quard, right?
Quard, yeah.
So he actually did live there. Or
that's like where he was born, I think.
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
kind of like
I know there's like all the Quardians with their weird lightning bolt staff
and
things,
bug eyes and stuff.
Bug eyes, and they make weapons, and Sinestro palled around with them for a while, and they're actually the ones that made the yellow rings.
Yeah,
but I didn't know the Anti-Monitor was like
Anti-Matter universe. Anti-Monitor. I'm pretty sure that's where he came from originally.
Do you just like hang out at the pub with all the other Quardians or something?
I guess.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Mobius. I'm hanging out with these bug-eyed guys. Pass me a sarsaparilla.
Yeah, bug-eyed sarsaparilla.
An anti-sarsaparilla. A birch beer, I guess. I don't know.
Yes. Something tasty, I guess.
Oh, take that, birch beer. So you drink nothing but Dr. Pepper.
I drink.
You don't like birch beer?
No, I have no qualms with
it. Okay, gotcha.
I was just messing around.
Gotcha. All right. It's practically the same thing. That's what I'm saying. So they see that Anti-Monitor was seeking out forbidden knowledge, and because he saw it, that is why he is cursed. And on Earth, we find out that the knowledge is the anti-life equation.
Yes.
The thing that Darkseid is always looking for. That's pretty much what the Anti-Monitor is made of.
Yes, he is the physical embodiment of the anti-life equation.
Yes.
Although it seems like there's more of it down in that pit that Batman keeps looking down into.
Yes.
Which I sure will not have any impact on him whatsoever in the near future.
Nope. So, Anti-Monitor turns the Flash into his own Black Racer death avatar and shoots the Flash through Darkseid's heart. Anti-Monitor just killed Darkseid. Crap's going down.
Yeah.
Sorry we named this war after you, dude. You're dead now.
I guess it was the dead guy over there war. No, that's
the Death of Darkseid war is the new War of 1812 question in the
as
DC
far as
universe.
Like widescreen popcorn comics, though. I mean, this has some big stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
But it seems really not set up for in the new 52
No.
DCU. Like, it's really pulling from
It's just
old
sort of
stuff.
It's pulling from old stuff. It's just sort of doing its own thing. I mean, it's got the new 52 Justice League, but none of the stuff that's happened to them recently is being reflected on this whatsoever.
No. Well, other than Superman losing his powers with the Super Flare stuff and Lex Luthor being on the team and, you know, those things. But
those little things, but it all seems like this is happening. Like,
it's just
this is
Black
happening way
Racer,
earlier.
I don't think has ever shown up since the new 52
Nope.
reboot. So it was
No,
just
he
like,
he
dude
certainly-
on skis is here. Look out!
He certainly looks less goofy with this new design,
Yes. So, no, it's pretty good though. I
Yeah.
quite enjoy it. I just thought it was odd that they were doing so much heavy, deep read items. I guess whenever new gods show up, it's deep read items
that's
anymore.
pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but it just felt like it was weird for their flagship title, the Justice League, that if people jumped on in the new 52, they really don't know who these characters are if they're just
Yep.
following something like the Justice League, which you would think if someone's going to pick a book, it's either going to be Batman or Justice League as far as I'm going to dip my toe into DC and see what
Yep.
they do.
Well, it gets you a little bit of every character, and it's kind of, so it's like, oh, what is this? I want to learn more about this weird thing that just showed up. I'll
Yeah.
go to Wikipedia now.
Sure, I guess so. That works. What do you think, though? Do you think the art holds up?
Oh yeah.
It's insane
Baylock's
how much
really
stuff they
good.
have going on.
It's a little. It's I like having my like crazier. I like my. I like my crazier styles. I like a little bit more stylistic stuff. But Fabok is very, very good.
Yes.
We're almost done, buddy. We're almost done.
Well, good.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's everything.
That's
I guess.
everything, yeah.
As I said, it's the Piccolo episode. It's a Mario, with the Piccolo episode.
Sure, whatever.
Is that Italian?
It's a tiny flute, I know that much, but
No,
or something vaguely Dragon Ball related, I think.
Did you hear I was speaking Italian there.
Yes, I know, you're Mario Italian, yeah.
No, that was actual. That's what they all sound like in Italy. Yeah,
Sure.
I met when I was living there. I'm sure Lupacino. That's how she talks too. Just her
Yeah.
name alone. It's a Lupacino.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Italy.
I was going to say you lived in Italy for
I
a
know.
month.
That's why it's funny to me. It may not be funny to anyone else, but I find it humorous. But yeah, we are going to, as I said, delve into more stuff next week or later on this week. We'll figure it out. Some major things coming in the next couple weeks, and then hopefully by Christmas we should be fully caught up and in the present day. But as such, until we do, you guys should go out there and support what you like. You don't need us to spoil it before you read it.
Yeah.
I can give you some spoilage. Grayson will probably be good next month. I'm just going to throw that out there. Well, actually, yeah, I've already read it. It's good. Yeah. So, I guess that was kind of pointless. So yeah, it was good. Just FYI. But yeah, make sure you buy what you like, because if you don't buy it, they don't make it. Whether it's tone, character, etc. It's all marketing. If it doesn't sell, they're not going to put it out there anymore. So make sure you support it. And, we are kind of halfway between. We're in that magic time between American Thanksgiving and Canadian Thanksgiving. It's like that magic time right in the middle. And we do it every year. So I'm just going to ask, this isn't a marketing ploy or a call to arms or anything like that, but if anyone's given you any joy in the comics industry, send them a little note that says thank you, whether it's a tweet or anything like that. As I'm saying, don't put us on it. Don't be like, DCR sent me to do that. No, that's not what this is about. This is about you saying thank you to someone. Just make sure and make it someone maybe that doesn't receive that much. Like an editor.
Think of the poor colorists.
Yeah, the colorists, the editors, the guys that are really doing some work out there that it maybe isn't as vocally praised as it should be. And I don't know. I just think it's a nice thing to do once a year. Just make sure everyone go out and say, "Hey, thanks, man, for all the hard work this year. I really enjoyed your work." That's all you have to say. So do that.
Hey, Mark Russell, I enjoyed both your issues of Prez and your PBS piano special.
I guess that's an option too. But next week we will do more books.
That we will.
Yeah. So Kelly, how about you tell the people how they can reach us so I can get some food in my belly and you guys can go to your arts and whatever and be all sophisticated. slap on your monocles and top hats.
Our monocles and our minks.
Yes. You type the DCR podcast into your search engine.
And what would be your preferable search engine?
Google Chrome.
I would say Bing. Bing doesn't get it. Speaking of things that don't get love, you should go to Bing right now and type into it, Bing, thanks for being there for someone. Kudos to you. You just keep doing it. You're like the little engine that could. You're just over there always chugging along. No one even looking at you, but you're just chugging away at it.
It goes faster because no one's using it.
Poor Bing. I always feel bad for Bing, man. I love my Xbox Ones, but every single time I go into the web on there, the first thing it goes to is Bing, and I'm just like, Google. That's probably
Bing,
the number
go to
one search
Google.
on Bing is Google, because it comes up and everyone's like, no, that's not what I want. Sorry guys.
Yeah.
Love you. But yeah, make sure you can find us out there. We're DCR Podcast. I'm trying to update things. I'm getting the website turned around. I think I've redirected it at the very least this last week, so it should be pointing over to the Libsyn hosting page, so there's at least the new episodes as they come up. If you're having issues hearing new episodes, and I don't know why I'm saying this because they're having issues. They're probably not listening to this whatsoever. Remove your feed and re-add it. I guess there was a handful of people that were having issues where it wasn't updating in iTunes, and everyone else was seeing it, but they weren't for whatever reason. So if you unsubscribe and resubscribe, it'll repopulate and go back to normal. So that's my tech support for the day. Tech support. Let's go away.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just do something else now because I'm famished and you guys are leaving, and hopefully we will be back soon.
Yeah.
To do more books. I actually really like next week's books too. I'm so
they're
stoked
very
for
good.
like all of them. So until then, enjoy your books, enjoy your week, enjoy your lives, and we will talk to you then.